All right, guys. So when you are to a point, let me try and turn the light on. There we go. When you are to a point where in your pictures, remember you had picture A and picture B. So this would be piece 1 out of picture A, piece 2 out of picture B, or piece 1 out of picture B. So this is 2A, 2B, 3A, 3B, 4A, 4B, and so on. So I've got 2 different pictures. I chose a happy face on one and a sad face on another, and it was the same guy in almost the same pose, which I really liked. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to have a check, and the first ones are blank. This one both has the ear on it, both has the eye, both has that side of the nose, both has that side of the nose and the other eye, both has the ear. So I know if they come in pairs that I did it right. And I also know that if they come in pairs, if for you guys, you might have a black and white and then a color, and a black and white and a color, and a black and white and a color, and black and white and color. So either way, it should be every other one should be picture A, and every other one should be picture B. Once you get to this point to assemble it, it's not hard, but again, you're going to want to take your time, because the more precise you are with this, the better it's going to turn out. So I'm going to take this and trim it. Yeah, don't be in a hurry with this project. We've still got a couple of days yet, so it's okay to take your time and do this. If you need to go back and trim it up so it looks nice, please do. You'll have some time. If you need to cut a little bit of the ends off to make them all even, that's okay. Weirder because it's upside down?
No.
Or just because it's
on the camera up there on the screen.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, a little bit. All right, so once you get this all cut out and trimmed, your next move is going to be to create that illusion. So the illusion that we had yesterday on the Agamograph was all about which side of the triangle fold you're seeing. If you see one side, you're going to see picture A, and as you move around it, you're going to see picture B. So the very first fold, they're all going to be on these lines.
What if we mess up?
Well, you can just refold it. It's okay.
She said you can fold it on the back.
Yeah, you can fold it. So the very first one you want to do is up. If it's hard to see, it's okay, but usually the up folds aren't too bad. What I like to do is I like to do this and then kind of look for the seam and then push it down. If you need to do it another way, you can do it another way, but the more precise you are, the better off this is. Now, I'm already off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look and get that straight. If I need to, as long as my cuts are straight, it's only off by a little bit, so I could probably get away with it, but I'm going to try and be as precise as I can. So this first fold went this way. Let me see if I can dim this a little bit. Better?
No. Yeah.
You can see it now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so the first fold went that way. You're not going to see too much because this one has a white background. But the first one, see how it goes up? And then the next one will be this way. So I'm trying to hit this seam right here, if I can. And the next one would go this way. It's going to get off a little bit. It's okay if it does. But take your time with this part. This is the part that makes it go. So as I'm doing this, you can see that I'm getting a zigzag fold pattern to it. That's what I'm looking for. I want that zigzag, and I want the first zigzag to point down at my table with the picture on the top. If it points up, then you've got your folds backwards. So this is a good time to switch them out, because if you get all the way to the end and everything's folded like that, then you got to do all of those folds again.
Are you about to do all the folds now?
Yep, shouldn't take very long. So if I take this guy, now I can go fast because what I'm doing is I'm allowing the paper to show me where it's going to go. So I can feel it be stiffer in some areas where there's 2 layers and lighter in another area where there's not. So I'm not trying to force it. I'm trying to figure out where the paper feels like it's not pulling and going that way. So I'm basically letting the paper decide where it's folding, but it's doing a pretty darn good job of being on the seams. So you can kind of see he's coming out. Now this one looks like it's going to fight me a little bit, so I'm going to see if I can do that. So far, the paper is behaving pretty well because I lined it up really carefully. I didn't overlap anything, and I got everything pretty much where it should be. So now I have this little accordion fold thing. It's a zigzag, so I know I did that right.
See what it looks like.
So when I pull this guy out, that's what he looks like from the front. So when you see these triangles, you see that guy. And when you see the other side of the triangles, all right, so when you guys get to this point, I have a hot glue gun warmed up on the counter. We're going to put a nice stiff piece of cardboard behind him. Cardstock, it's going to be colored, so it'll be nice. But that's over on top of the cart. Be careful as you're sorting through it. You can choose whatever color you want, but be careful as you're sorting through it so that we're not playing 132 pickup. We don't want to play that game. It's not fun with cards. It's not fun with papers either. So make sure that you're being careful. Just take the stack apart, take the one you want, put the stack back together. You're good to go. All right. So any questions on what you're doing today?
No.
All right. Let me get this stopped.